Copy that, stay past.
The SR-71 is a combination of power and majesty. When you look at it, it just has a mystique that I think is going to live for generations and generations.
It's a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie. More and more Americans are looking up at the sky and seeing strange, unexplainable objects moving through the air. And with every passing day, the sightings seem to be increasing in frequency. It's no wonder that people are beginning to wonder what is going on up there. The Department of Defense has received over 500 reports of these mysterious flying objects, and while some of them can be explained as experimental aircraft or private flights, many remain a complete mystery. And the sightings are not limited to remote or rural areas. They're happening in cities and towns across the country. Take the recent case in Missouri, for example. More than 36 people saw a bizarre black structure hovering over the city of Brookfield. It was a massive, bizarre object that defied explanation. And just 4 miles away from the sighting, the Whiteman Air Force Base. Is there a connection? And then there's the infamous Area 51 in Nevada, a place steeped in rumors and conspiracy theories. Military scouts recently spotted a triangular object hovering over a highway near the base, and no one knows what it could be. So what's really happening? Is this the beginning of an alien invasion, or is the US military testing out some new cutting-edge technology? The answer might surprise you. In fact, the military has recently admitted to testing out something so advanced that it's often mistaken for UFO technology. The truth is out there, and we're here to help you uncover it. So buckle up, keep your eyes on the sky, and join us as we explore this mysterious and fascinating technology that the US military is working on. The Pentagon is shrouded in secrecy, but sometimes secrets have a way of escaping. People have reported seeing strange things near military facilities, leaving many to wonder what kind of top-secret technology is being developed behind closed doors. Recent reports suggest that China is actively pursuing advanced weaponry, a concerning development given the country's aggressive leadership. Meanwhile, Russia has been making bold moves near American territory, including the surfacing of nuclear submarines and the appearance of heavily armed frigates on radar. With tensions rising, it's no surprise that the Pentagon is testing new weapons, including vehicles that could be mistaken for UFOs. What kind of futuristic technology is being developed, and what are the implications for the world? It's anyone's guess, but one thing is clear: the race for military dominance is heating up, and no one wants to be left behind. In the world of secret military technology, there are always new mysteries to uncover. In 2013, the US Air Force launched a covert spy plane over the Pacific Ocean to conduct reconnaissance on North Korea and China. The details of this operation were classified, and even the name of the vehicle was hidden from the public. But despite the government's attempts to keep it a secret, experts were able to deduce that the vehicle's name was 8 letters long. That's where things get interesting. There was only one aircraft in the United States that fit that description: the RQ-170 Sentinel, a top-secret spy plane developed at Area 51. This sleek, futuristic aircraft had already sparked rumors and legends among aviation enthusiasts, and now it seemed to be the center of a new mystery. But the intrigue doesn't end there. When you consider the shape of the RQ-170 Sentinel and compare it to the strange airborne objects spotted in Nevada, it's hard not to feel a sense of curiosity and wonder. Are these two vehicles related somehow? Perhaps. The RQ-170 Sentinel is no ordinary plane. It's a technological masterpiece. Developed by the United States Air Force, it was a revolutionary drone that could conduct strategic reconnaissance against key targets in North Korea and China. With its sleek design and stealth technology, the Sentinel was a true breakthrough in aircraft engineering. With a wingspan of 40 feet and a top speed of 620 miles per hour, this drone was a force to be reckoned with. But what made it truly unique was its stealth coating technology, which allowed it to fly undetected by enemy radar. And it wasn't the only aircraft with this technology. In fact, the Sentinel's development was based on a previous aircraft that had already been tested for stealth capabilities. But the Sentinel's mission wasn't easy. It was deployed from the Andersen Air Base on Guam, a military base that had become infamous due to a tragic plane crash. Nonetheless, the Sentinel proved to be a vital asset in monitoring important enemy targets. It seems like the US military is gearing up for some serious action beyond our atmosphere. The RQ-170 Sentinel might have been the cause of some UFO sightings, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions surrounding the Pentagon's latest efforts. The creation of the US Space Force, for one, is a clear indication that there's something brewing in the skies above. And let's not forget about the NGAD, a fighter jet that's built for near-space combat. It's all starting to sound like a sci-fi movie plot, but this is the real world we're living in. What are they preparing for? Who is the enemy they're preparing to fight in the vast expanse of space? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. The future of military technology is looking more exciting and mysterious than ever before. The NGAD fighter is the next-gen technological marvel set to redefine military aviation. This sleek aircraft boasts a unique stealth skin that can deflect radar waves and block laser weapons. Its coating technology is inspired by the legendary SR-71 Blackbird's special paint that protected the craft and dissipated heat throughout its frame. NGAD uses this technology to scatter laser beams, rendering them practically useless. The aircraft can fly at orbital altitudes, practically in open space, and has ultra-fast maneuverable missiles that can take out enemy satellites or even UFOs. The NGAD is a true technological breakthrough that can match and surpass its competitors, and with the recent announcement of the US Space Forces, this fighter's capabilities could prove crucial in defending against any extraterrestrial threats. The NGAD fighter is the embodiment of speed, power, and advanced technology, making it a force to be reckoned with. With a top speed of 1,800 miles per hour, it can easily outrun any air-to-air missile, making it virtually untouchable. But that's not all. Its super powerful aviation radar and reconnaissance drones with X-ray-like scanners make it impossible for enemies to hide or escape its grasp. It's the ultimate predator, constantly gathering information on its targets and leaving no stone unturned. For those who dare to challenge it, they better be prepared for a battle they can't win. The NGAD is a fighter unlike any other, with the ability to strike from high orbital altitudes, and its ultra-fast maneuverable missiles make it a force to be feared. However, the NGAD fighter jet may be the ultimate weapon against our enemies, but there are still some things that it can't explain. For example, there have been many sightings of strange objects in the sky that seem to defy the laws of physics. While the NGAD is an impressive piece of machinery, it can't simply disappear into thin air like some of these UFOs do. However, the NGAD is just one part of a larger aviation development program that includes other top-secret aircraft. One of these is the enigmatic Dark Star, which is rumored to be invisible while in flight. The Dark Star can even call upon a swarm of drones to do its bidding and is equipped with a powerful laser weapon. Maverick may have been a movie character, but the Dark Star is very real and may just be the key to unlocking the mysteries of the skies. And it seems like the aviation industry is constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible with technology. The Dark Star fighter is a prime example of that. Its parallax technology is like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Imagine being able to make a plane almost completely invisible with just the press of a button. But even with all these advancements, we still can't explain some of the mysterious objects seen in the sky. Are they alien spacecrafts or something else entirely? In any case, the RQ-170 Sentinel certainly wasn't America's first top-secret project. The U-2 was the first aircraft to initiate the generation of covert spy vehicles, which was distinct from all other planes at the time. It lacked both weapons and armor, leading experts to question the rationale behind its creation. However, despite the skepticism, the CIA believed in the significance of the project, which introduced the world to the U-2 reconnaissance plane as we know it today. Imagine flying higher than most airplanes in the world at an altitude of over 70,000 feet, where the sky is pitch black and the Earth seems to be a distant dream. That's the height the U-2 reconnaissance plane flew at during the height of the Cold War. It was a top-secret aircraft that was almost unreachable by Soviet missiles and jets, but it also had unique fuel requirements. That's where the Shell Oil Company came in with a special low-evaporation kerosene fuel that used petroleum byproducts found in common bug sprays. This incredible aircraft was also equipped with pressurized suits that allowed pilots to survive at such high altitudes. And the technology behind these suits was later used in the space program. It's no wonder that the U-2 has made such a significant contribution to technological advancement. Interestingly, the U-2's first test flight happened over Groom Lake, the infamous Area 51. Soon after, this amazing aircraft was ready for its mission. For years, the U-2 spy plane flew undetected over the Soviet Union, providing invaluable intelligence about the country's military capabilities. But eventually the Soviet Union caught up with the U-2's capabilities and managed to shoot down one of the planes, capturing its pilot and forcing the United States to admit its spying activities. The U-2 pilots carried tiny needles filled with poison to avoid being captured, but not all of them chose to use them. Despite some criticism of the captured pilot, the information gathered by these spy planes was crucial in understanding the Soviet Union's nuclear potential. In the end, the U-2 was instrumental in shaping American foreign policy during the Cold War. And now, get ready to be blown away by one of the most incredible aircraft in history, the SR-71 Blackbird. The SR-71 Blackbird is the fastest and most elusive stealth plane ever created, capable of traveling at speeds 4 times faster than sound. This magnificent machine has flown across the globe, completing missions in the most dangerous of situations, all without ever being shot down. With a top speed of 2,200 miles per hour, it can circle the planet in just 11 hours and reach the moon in only 4 days. Its engines were specially designed to achieve these extreme speeds, even featuring a unique afterburner mode. However, the Blackbird's incredible speed came at a cost. The temperature generated from such high speeds was enough to melt standard aluminium hulls, leading to a complete redesign of the aircraft. The designers went to great lengths, even making secret deals with the USSR to obtain titanium to ensure that the Blackbird was perfect. With its ability to reach staggering altitudes and its advanced technology, this aircraft truly set the standard for modern aviation. During the final phase of testing, it was discovered that the SR-71 Blackbird could safely fly at an altitude of more than 82,000 feet. Despite being so high up in the sky, the aircraft is capable of conducting reconnaissance and tracking the movements of individual people. It's possible that at this very moment, the Blackbird is observing someone from a distance, appearing as nothing more than a tiny speck in the sky. It's not surprising that this legendary aircraft has also been spotted at America's most secretive base. Besides testing new aviation technologies, Area 51 is also utilized to study foreign military aircraft that were secretly acquired by the US government during the Cold War. Get this, in the 1960s, the US Air Force got their hands on a Soviet MiG-21 jet fighter through a top-secret program at Area 51. This program proved to be a game-changer during the Vietnam War, where American pilots came out victorious with a 2-to-1 loss ratio against the enemy, taking down an impressive 137 Soviet-made MiGs while losing only 50 of their own planes. This success paved the way for the creation of the legendary Top Gun fighter pilot school, which you may have heard of from the popular movie. But guess what? Not everything in that film is fiction. The US has some truly remarkable fighter planes that have helped them win battles and stay ahead of the game. In the 1970s, Lockheed's Skunk Works created the F-117 Nighthawk, the first national stealth bomber with a revolutionary design that would have easily won a competition for the most outlandish aircraft. But what made this plane truly unique wasn't just its stealth capabilities. Its surface was covered with a special reflective material resembling diamonds, giving it a multifaceted shape. This earned the F-117 a nickname as the Diamond Bomber, and it quickly became the aircraft of everyone's dreams. Despite its hefty price tag, it was fast, powerful, and reliable, making it a real gem in the aviation world. But Lockheed Martin wasn't the only company working on such top-secret projects. In the 1990s, Boeing developed its own secret project called the Bird of Prey as part of a US Air Force project at Area 51. The YF-118G was never intended for production, but its prototype was a research and development aircraft used to test various technologies that reduce visibility. Its unique design was immediately compared to the Klingon cruiser from Star Trek, adding to its mystique. While it may not have been built for reconnaissance, the bird of prey remains a fascinating part of aviation history. The US military is notorious for its secretive operations, but sometimes the truth comes out in unexpected ways. Take, for instance, the story of a group of fishermen who stumbled upon a mysterious aircraft while sailing across the Pacific Ocean. What they saw was not like anything they had ever seen before. The aircraft appeared oddly shaped and moved in a way that defied explanation. But just as quickly as it appeared, the aircraft vanished into thin air, leaving the fishermen stunned and confused. When they shared their story online, the military was quick to offer a bland explanation, that it was just a drone undergoing testing. But this only raised more questions, and it soon became clear that the military was hiding something much more interesting. As it turns out, the aircraft the fishermen witnessed was part of a top-secret project to develop a plane that could turn invisible, not just to radar, but to the naked eye. It's an incredible feat of engineering that is sure to make your jaw drop. Back in the day, the X-44 Manta was one of the Air Force's top secret projects, and it certainly stood out from the rest. Why? Well, for starters, it didn't have a tail. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Lockheed Martin's engineering team went all out on this one. Originally designed to fly at low speeds, the Manta ended up being the fastest in its class, reaching Mach 1 in just 7 seconds. But that wasn't enough for the developers. They added high-precision radars, allowing the Manta to scout massive areas from an altitude of 12 miles. And if that wasn't impressive enough, they also equipped it with ultra-fast hypersonic missiles and adjustable bombs, making it a force to be reckoned with. Who knows what other secrets this mysterious plane is hiding? And what do you get when you cross a futuristic version of the F-22 Raptor fighter with an aircraft that can vanish into thin air? The X-44 Manta, of course. This top-secret project developed by Lockheed Martin was ahead of its time, featuring a unique tailless design and impressive speed capabilities that left everyone in awe. Despite offering 6 different variants to the Air Force, news about the project went silent, and all information slowly disappeared from the internet, sparking conspiracy theories. The official word was that none of the prototypes were approved by the military, but recent sightings suggest otherwise. Fishermen reported seeing a plane that resembled the X-44, and not only that, but it also seemed to have acquired the ability to turn invisible. The Pentagon was quick to react, erasing all traces of the Manta to keep it from prying eyes. It's a story straight out of a spy novel, but this top-secret fighter is no work of fiction. And now, prepare to be amazed even more, because there is some top-secret information leak that will blow your mind. Despite years of silence and efforts to keep it under wraps, the X-44 Manta project is still alive and kicking. And let me tell you, this aircraft is a game-changer in the world of aviation. Designed to stealthily penetrate high-risk areas, the Manta has undergone numerous upgrades over the years that have made it an unparalleled force to be reckoned with. This latest generation X-44 is faster than anything you've ever seen, with a twin engine located in the center of the hull that can propel the aircraft to a mind-boggling speed of 2,000 miles per hour. That's right, you heard me correctly, 2,000 miles per hour. It's so fast that only the legendary SR-71 Blackbird can compete. But the Manta is a full-fledged fighter, not just a scout. But that's not all, folks. The Manta has also made a significant breakthrough in the field of stealth. The original stealth coating has been replaced with a high-tech skin called parallax, which is a camera and display at the same time. The lower part of the aircraft can mimic the image that the upper part sees, and vice versa. It's the same technology used on the ultra-secretive Dark Star. Parallax, the advanced skin of the X-44 Manta, has the ability to make the aircraft invisible to the naked eye, as observed by the fishermen who were fortunate enough to see it in action. However, the skin doesn't provide sufficient protection against radar waves, which can detect enemy planes. To address this issue, the X-44 has been equipped with an innovative radar suppression system that doesn't merely suppress radar waves, but deceives them. Traditional methods of radar suppression only deflect reflective waves, but the X-44's system intercepts the radar's frequency, blocks it, and sends its own wave of the same frequency, which creates the illusion of transparency to the radar. As a result, the Manta becomes undetectable to even the most sophisticated detection technology and human eye. In addition, there are speculations that the X-44 may not be an aircraft, but rather a drone. This possibility is strengthened by the fact that the United States has a track record of designing covert unmanned combat drones with remarkable capabilities. And if you thought drones were just a gadget for filming aerial shots, think again. The Northrop Grumman X-47B is the ultimate attack drone that is engineered with features that will blow your mind. Not only can it be controlled remotely, but it's also designed to take off and land on an aircraft carrier independently. Its unique feature of folding wings ensures maximum compactness and makes it the only drone capable of doing so. But what sets the X-47B apart is the fact that it's the first unmanned aerial vehicle with real artificial intelligence. Its onboard computer can manage the flight elements like takeoff, cruising, and safety landing on an aircraft carrier, all without any human intervention. And if you thought that was impressive, wait till you hear about its payload. The X-47B carries 2,200-pound JDAM smart ammunition, making it capable of taking out even the most fortified positions with ease. This drone is designed to boost the strength of the US Navy, and it does so with its sheer power. But that's not all. The Boeing MQ-25 Stingray is an unmanned tanker craft that was created as part of the US Navy development program. It's practically an exact copy of the X-47B in terms of its features, with a top speed of 450 miles per hour and a flight altitude of 39,000 feet. However, its sole purpose is to safely refuel drones like the X-47B mid-flight. Together, the two drones often work in tandem to great effect. The attack craft will fly out on a mission and drop a bomb on an enemy target. The MQ-25 then arrives to refuel it, and the drone takes off to a different position to deliver another devastating blow. All these incredible features prove that American aviation is currently the best of the best. So the next time you hear a buzz in the sky, it might just be one of these incredible drones making its way to its next mission.